Shalom Aleichem, dear friends. A quick thought on this week's Torah portion. This is the only portion since Moshe, the leader of the Jewish people, was born until the beginning of Deuteronomy, which is just a repetition of the first 4 books where his name is not mentioned. What's the history? So our rabbis teach us that when God gave the 10 commandments to the Jewish people, Moses was on top of the mountain. The Jews were waiting for him on the bottom at the foot of the mountain. And 40 days later, when they were expecting him, he ended up coming a day later than they calculated. They miscalculated. As a result, they turned into a bunch of impatient kvetches. And they said, "Where's Moses? What kind of leader is he? What kind of God is this?" And they went nuts. Jews sometimes are prone to go a little meshuggah when they get impatient, right? And they made a golden calf and they served it. And when God saw that, he's like, "What?" He turns to Moses. He says, "I don't understand these people. It's ridiculous. I just gave 10 plagues to the Egyptians. I split the sea. The whole world's talking about it. It's in all the news. They go and see me themselves. All 3 million of them saw God at Mount Sinai. It's the only religion that has 3 million people saying they saw God to their kids. That's what they said to their kids later. And I give them the Torah, and I have this whole relationship, emotional relationship as well with them. How do you do that when the second commandment of the 10 commandments is not to serve idols? They went and made an idol and served it. They became totally meshuggah. I'm eradicating them from the earth. Moses, you'll be my people. You and your family, the tribe of Levi, they didn't sin. They weren't part of the golden calf scandal. You're going to be my people. When Moses heard God's plan, he said, "God, macheni na misifrecha asher kasafta." You erase my name from the book that you wrote. And all those verses where it says in Torah, God said to Moses, and Moses said back to God, and Moses was the go-between the Jews and God. I don't want my name ever mentioned there if you're going to do that. And by the end, God consented, and he forgave the sinning Jews who made the golden calf. But because Moses uttered those words, it has to be fulfilled someplace, because that's the power of the utterance of a righteous tzaddik, and his name is lacking from this week's Torah portion as a result. So, there's a question here, and the question is raised by the saintly Lubavitcher Rebbe, a gift that God sent to the generation post-Holocaust, the generation that's going to go into the redemption, to uplift us and inspire us and give us exactly the spiritual food that we need. And the Rebbe, the saintly Lubavitcher Rebbe, he asks, why did Moses care so much? Bunch of lowlifes. He even got frustrated. He threw down the 10 commandments made out of stone when he saw them making the golden calf. Why is he ready to give away everything he ever worked for in his life? His whole wealth was the fact that his name is mentioned in the Torah. Why is he giving it away for a bunch of sinners? Would you give away everything you own for a rapist? For a murderer? Something doesn't make sense. And the Rebbe says, oh yes, that's exactly the point. When we love another Jew, we can love them for their actions. They're decent people, they're kind people, they're polite people. But that is not the only reason you love another Jew. There's actually a deeper love that's higher than just because I judge that person to be a kind, polite person, therefore I love them. As it says in the Tanya, that your thoughts create your emotions. You think, I love him, he's such a good personality, I love him. But there's also a love that doesn't come from thought. It comes from the depth of your heart, instinctively. You know where you see that love? Parents with children, brothers, siblings, sisters. There's just a love there because I know we're connected. We're blood. And the Rebbe says, God's love to the Jewish people, make no mistake, doesn't begin at its deepest emotional level with the Torah. No. Quite on the contrary. God loves a Jew because a Jew possesses a piece of God. It's a child. Just like your body comes from your parents, your soul comes from God, and God is the parent of your soul, and he looks at you and just loves you. And Moses, who's emulating God, he's real tzaddik, he also loves you because you're a Jew. And not only he loves you, we're talking about real love where you're ready to give away everything for even a sinner. Give away all his legacy, everything he worked for, take my name out of the Torah, and save these sinners. That's an important lesson, the Rebbe says. Yes, you're supposed to help people fix their ways. They should fulfill the 613 beautiful commandments of the Torah that we have. But the drive, when you go and talk to them, to that man or woman who needs some fix-up in their way they're conducting their lives, the drive should be, it's a Jew. I just love you. So important. This will bring Mashiach now, real unconditional love to every single one of our people. God bless you all. Lots of success. Stay warm on this cold New York City Wednesday, and have success in all your endeavors.